और मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सल्लल्लाहु अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मद व आले मुहम्मद।
औज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मुहम्मदिन व आले मुहम्मद। Respected viewers, Salamun Alaikum, Ya Ali Madad.
अलैकुम अस्सलाम मौला अली मदद।
The Holy Prophet said, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Ya Ali, Anta wa Shiyatuna humul faizun. Shiyatuka humul faizun. O Ali, you and your Shias will be successful. Respected viewers, on regular requests from English-speaking people all over the world, to start English series of episodes. Today we are coming up with our first episode in English, the title being Wilayat and Shiat. We have with us in our studio Allama Sayyid Ali Hamid Jafari Sahab. Assalamu alaikum ya Ali Madad.
Alaikum assalam wa alaikum.
Without wasting any time, I would put my first question to Aga. Aga, normally the question asked by Shias is that, why do we call ourselves Shias when the Quran talks about Islam and being Muslims?
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir la'inir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Alhamdulillahi allazi ja'alana minal mutamassikina bi walayati amiril mu'minin wal a'immatil ma'sumina alayhimus salatu wassalam wa la'natullahi ala a'daihim ajma'in. Dear viewers, salamun alaykum ya Ali Madad.
Alaikum assalam wa Ali Madad.
By the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and special favors of Muhammad and Ali Muhammad alayhimus salatu wassalam, we are starting with the first episode of Wilayat Media in English, which is on the topic of Wilayat and Shiasm, and the first question being asked by Professor Abbas Ajani, which is faced by every Shia youth, that if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Holy Quran chapter 3 verse 19, Surah Al Imran verse 19, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Inna Deena Indallahi Islam, surely the religion before Allah or in the eyes of Allah is only Islam. Or in other verses you see in the same chapter 3 verse 85, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِ غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامَ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ, that anyone who chooses some other religion other than Islam, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not going to accept anything from him. Or we find in Surah Al-Baqarah and in other places in Quran where Allah says, وَلَا تَمُوتُنَّ إِلَّا وَأَنْتُمْ مُسْلِمُونَ, do not die unless you become a Muslim. So apparently it looks like a genuine question, that if Islam is the religion and you are supposed to be a Muslim before you die, then why you call yourself a Shia? And why you talk about your sect to be Shiaism? Apparently it doesn't make much sense. But this would be right only if a person has read only these verses of Quran and not the whole of Quran. If you take a part of Quran, then you will reach to wrong conclusions. Exactly like the verse of Quran in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَنْتُمْ سُكَارَى, do not go near the prayers when you are intoxicated. So if you take only the half part, do not go near prayers, your conclusion would be completely wrong. So Islam is not in conflict with Shiaism. Muslim is not, the word Muslim is not against the word Shia. When you read complete Quran, then you will come to the conclusion that actually Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala not only calls a great mu'min to be a Shia, a great Muslim to be a Shia, rather Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used this word in Quran many a times, which the enemies of Shiaism and Shia, they do not present this verse because it will defeat their cause. Which verse? From which chapter? Chapter 37, Surah Al-Safat. Especially I am talking to my youths. Remember this chapter, chapter number 37, Surah Al-Safat, verse number 83. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wa inna min shi'atihi la Ibrahim. And surely amongst his Shia is Ibrahim. We will translate the word Shia later on. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called Hazrat Ibrahim to be a Muslim, the religion of Hazrat Ibrahim was Islam. So all those verses even apply on the Prophet Ibrahim, isn't it? When Prophet Abraham is called to be a Shia, why we can't call ourselves a Shia? In fact, if the Prophet of God is called Shia, it will take us to a higher state when we call ourselves a Shia. Because Hazrat Ibrahim is called Muslim in Quran, he is a prophet of God, he is called Khalilullah in Quran, but he is also called Shia in Quran. The only difference is, whose Shia is he? Whose Shia is he? General masses and general Muslims, they say, since these verses are talking about Hazrat Noah, whose ark is very famous, whose ship is very famous, the ark of salvation, Safinatul Najat is very famous. So they say, the common Muslims, they say that Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was the Shia of Nuh. Okay. So if Hazrat Ibrahim, we accept that just for the sake of accepting it, that fine. Even if it's Shia of Nuh, the word Shia is not objectionable according to Holy Quran. If the word Shia is not objectionable according to Holy Quran, and you are accepting that Hazrat Ibrahim is called Shia, and the verse is talking about, before that is talking about Hazrat Nuh, so he is supposed to be Shia of Hazrat Nuh. So Hazrat Nuh had made the ark of salvation. It means Hazrat Ibrahim was the follower of Hazrat Nuh who had got salvation, and he himself is a prophet. So the one who is Shia is actually the Shia of Hazrat Ibrahim as well as Shia of Hazrat Nuh, isn't it? The word Shia is used for them. Now we are coming to the actual Shia perspective, the perspective, actual perspective of Quran, that why has Quran called Hazrat Ibrahim Shia? Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, in a very famous hadith, which inshallah we will do in detail in one of our episodes, that is hadith Saqalain, the hadith about, the narration about two precious and weighty things. It is available in Sahih Muslim, it is available in Shia books, it is unanimously accepted tradition. That Holy Prophet said, Inni tarikun fikum uttaqalain kitab Allahi wa itrati ahla bayti ma in tamassaktum bihima lan tadillu ba'di abada. What he said, that I am leaving behind you two precious things, the Quran and the Ahlul Bayt. And if you catch hold of both of them, you will never ever be misled. Okay, now the hadith is in detail. Inshallah, when we are doing this particular hadith, we will talk about the details of this hadith and authenticity of this hadith and the other part of this hadith. So from this hadith we come to know that Quran and Ahlul Bayt are together. Now from Quran, Muslims have taken meaning that Hazrat Ibrahim or Abraham is called the Shia of Hazrat Nuh. Okay. Now we are following the Sunnah of Hazrat Ibrahim. So according to Quran, we are allowed to call ourselves Shias. In it, not only allowed, it's a higher status than being a Muslim, isn't it? To be a Shia. Let me put it this way. In the first stage you become a Muslim, okay, but then you don't get success, because Quran says in chapter 23, Surah Al-Mu'minun, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Qad aflaha al-mu'minun. Indeed, only the believers will be successful. So in second stage you become mu'min, and then you become Shia. Hazrat Ibrahim is called Shia. Inna min shiyatihi la Ibrahim. Okay. Now this is translation of Quran, because of which the Muslims are saying this. Let us ask Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam that what are they saying about it. So I have got an Arabic book, Ta'wilul Ayat, Ta'wilul Ayat al-Zahira fi Fadail al-Itrat al-Tahira. You can have a look at this book. See on your screen. This is a book. This is written by Sayyid Sharafuddin Ali al-Husseini al-Istarabadi al-Najafi, a very great scholar. Now, from this book, I am presenting and quoting a hadith. This hadith is about this verse. Now, look at the page number, look at the volume. Okay. The page number is 520. It's in some prints it is one volume, in some prints it is two volumes. Now look at this page. وَإِنَّ مِنْ شِيَعَتِهِ لَإِبْرَاهِيمَ. You can have a look at it. Okay. وَإِنَّ مِنْ شِيَعَتِهِ لَإِبْرَاهِيمَ. And then there are traditions about this. Now I am quoting one of the hadiths. Hadith is here at the end of the page. That is, وَرُوِيَ عَنْ مَوْلَانَ الصَّادِقِ جعفر ibn Muhammad sallallahu alayhi salatu wassalam annahu qala qawluhu. Now we go on the next page. You can see on the top of the page, it is mentioning about Surah As-Saffat, page number 521. It continues. وَإِنَّ مِنْ شِيَعَتِهِ لَإِبْرَاهِيمَ. Okay. Now Imam is explaining. أي أن إبراهيم من شيعة النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. Now who's saying this? Not a common human being. Not normal, common human being who is born
Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
as an ignorant person, and then he gains knowledge and becomes a scholar or becomes a jurist or becomes a mufti or whatever.
Subhanallah.
This is who? This is Imam Jafar as-Sadiq. Nobody can name his teachers, but he is teacher of all the Imams of four sects.
Subhanallah, Subhanallah.
Isn't it? The four sects, I mean the four sects in fiqh. So they are directly or indirectly the student of Imam. Now, Imam is not taught by anyone, so who has taught him? Inshallah, we will prove it from Quran itself. If you refer to chapter 29, Al-Ankabut, you will find a verse in that chapter in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the verses of Quran. That these verses of Quran, where are they? Now this Quran is revealed for whom? This Quran is revealed to the Prophet, on the Prophet, and it is said to be in his heart. But what does Quran say? Is it only in the heart of Holy Prophet? Now when Holy Prophet has apparently passed away, or his martyrdom took place, then what about the next person? Is there anybody who has the Quran in his chest? Yes, Quran itself says, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Bal huwa ayatum bayyinat fi suduril ladina utul ilm. Indeed, Quran, but rather, Quran, actually, this huwa refers to the Holy Quran, wa ayatum bayyinat. This is the bunch of verses, clear verses, fi suduril ladina utul ilm, in the chests of those who have been given knowledge. Utul ilm, they have been given in the past. Okay, to us, Holy Prophet says, Utlubul ilm minal mahdi ilal lahad. Gain knowledge from cradle till grave. So we are the ones who have come to gain knowledge, but there are some who have come to give knowledge. And it is not one person. Fi suduril ladina, not alladhi. It is alladina, plural. So who Imam Jafar as-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam is amongst. Now it also matches, it is also proven by Hadith Saqla. Whatever Quran has, Ahlul Bayt should know it. Otherwise, how can Prophet say that I am leaving behind you two precious things?
Subhanallah.
Isn't it? One sickle has to know the other sickle. Isn't it? Quran talks about Ahlul Bayt and Ahlul Bayt explain Quran. So it's very clear. So the person who can actually explain Quran should be a person from amongst Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam. And this is why we refer to 6th Imam and ask him that whose Shia Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam is. So first point which Imam said is that Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam is from amongst the Shia of Holy Prophet. Then he continues, فَهُوَ مِنْ شِيعَةِ عَلِي. You can see it. مِنْ شِيعَةِ النَّبِي فَهُوَ مِنْ شِيعَةِ عَلِي alayhi salatu wassalam. وَكُلُّ مَنْ كَانَ مِنْ شِيعَةِ عَلِي alayhi salatu wassalam فَهُوَ مِنْ شِيعَةِ النَّبِي sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And whosoever is from amongst the Shia of Ali, only he is the Shia of Holy Prophet. So this is one explanation of 6th Imam. Now there are so many traditions, very beautiful traditions here. Actually, Imam alayhi salam explains that this is talking about the time in which Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam was created. The next hadith, hadith number 9, okay, in which Imam alayhi salam says about the same words. This hadith is from Jabir ibn Yazid al-Ju'fi, Jafar ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam. Again, it is from 6th Imam, isn't it? Now he's talking about the creation of Ibrahim. Inna Allah subhanahu lamma khalaqa Ibrahim. When Allah created Ibrahim, kashafa lahu an basrihi. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened his eyes, removed all the covers from his eyes, all the curtains from in front, which were in front of his eyes. Fara'a nuran ila jambil arsh. Then he saw on one side of the arsh. Qala ilahi ma hadha an-nur. Then he asked, oh my God, which nur is this? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Haza faqila lahu Haza nuru Muhammad safwati min khalqi. This is the nur of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He is the chosen one from amongst my creation. And then the hadith continues. It's long. It is talking about other nurs which he saw. Then it is said it is the nur of Mawla Ali. Then it is talking about the nur of Hazrat Fatima. Then it is talking about the nur of Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain. I am leaving all these parts and I am coming to the prayers of Hazrat Ibrahim itself. Then Hazrat Ibrahim asked, what about the nurs which are surrounding these 5 nur? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that these are the Aimma from amongst the generations of Imam Ali and Imam Hassan and Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain alayhi salatu wasalam especially. And then he asked that, then there are some other nurs, some other lights which are around them and they are uncountable. Who are they? Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that this is the light of the Shia of Ali. Then I am showing you the prayer of Hazrat Ibrahim. Qala Ibrahim, Allahumma ij'alni min shi'ati amiril mu'mineen.
Subhanallah.
Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam is praying, is doing that, oh Allah, include me from amongst the Shia of Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. Count me amongst the Shia of Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. So Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, being a Muslim, being a prophet, he is praying that, oh Allah, make me Shia of Ali. When we see Hazrat Ibrahim praying this, shouldn't we be thankful to be called Shia of Hazrat Ali alayhi salatu wassalam? Anybody who says, oh, no, you should not, actually this is causing division, this and that, he's a fool. He doesn't know Quran. He doesn't know Hadith. He doesn't know Hadith Saqalain. He doesn't know the prayer of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam. Okay, not only this, then Allah himself says, and Imam alayhi salam is saying, the truthful Imam, he says, فَأَخْبَرَ اللَّهُ فِي كِتَابِهِ. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informed him in his own book, فَقَالَ وَإِنَّ مِنْ شِيَّتِهِ لَإِبْرَاهِيمَ. Then Allah informed him, and in fact, subhanahu wa ta'ala announced for the whole universe. Everyone has to read this verse who believes in Holy Quran, that Ibrahim is amongst the Shia of Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. Now the same type of hadith is there in Bihar al-Anwar. You can see on your screen, okay, volume 36. Okay, I'll show you this hadith from volume 36. There are many hadiths regarding this, and one of the hadiths you can see, volume 36, page 152. He's saying, Qala Ibrahim, Allahumma aj'alni min shiyati Amir al-Mu'mineen. Same riwayah. فأخبر الله تعالى في كتابه فقال وإن من شيعته لإبراهيم. Now this the same thing is available in Al-Wasail and other books as well. So Alhamdulillah, this is the answer of the first question, that why should we call ourselves a Shia? We should be proud to be a Shia, because in Holy Quran, common Muslim is not a Shia. Common Mu'min is also not a Shia. The person of the level of Hazrat Ibrahim is called a Shia. This not only gives us motivation that Alhamdulillah we are referred to as the Shia of Imam Ali, but also reminds us that we should try and uplift ourselves spiritually and try and continuously gain knowledge and ma'rifah to actually be entitled to be a Shia.
That was a very beautiful explanation given by you about this verse. Now I would like to put a second question. Why is ALIYUNWALIULLAH present in the Shia kalma?
Okay, this is another question which is commonly faced by our children in the school and our youngsters in the college. And every Shia is facing this question, that Muslim Ummah says, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muslim Ummah says, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. Even in Azan and Iqama. But in Kalama we see Shias, they are saying, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah ALIYUNWALIULLAH. Of course we say even after that, Wa wasiyu Rasulullah wa khalifatuhu bila fasl wa awladuhu al-ma'asumina hujajullah. Isn't it? We talk about other Imams as well, but they have objection on the first Imam himself, that why do you call ALIYUNWALIULLAH? Okay. What is the necessity of this? This breaks the unity. Okay, so for the sake of unity, you should only say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Okay. And to become a Muslim, it is sufficient. Okay, we don't disagree on this, that to become a Muslim, you can say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah only before Ghadir. When we discuss Ghadir, we will discuss this in detail. But it is unanimously accepted by Muslims that in Ghadir, Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam has conveyed Man kuntu maulahu fahada aliyun maula. I am not going into the details of the incident. I am also not going into the detail of what is the meaning of maula. But Imam Ali is called maula, and the root word is wali, walaya. So in that sense, anyone who believes in Ghadir, since it was in the lifetime of Holy Prophet, so he can, after this two shahada, he can say ALIYUNWALIULLAH, because Holy Prophet said, of whomsoever I am Mawla, Ali is his Mawla. So if he believes in Holy Prophet, and if he believes that Holy Prophet is truthful, then he can say ALIYUNWALIULLAH. So there is no objection in that one. But we will go a step ahead and we will say, okay, you are saying that only two shahadat are there in Islam. Okay? Now Islam is based on Quran and Hadith, isn't it? Unanimously accepted by Muslims. We say it is Quran and Ahlul Bayt, and when you are saying that Quran and Sunnah, Quran and Hadith, we say that Hadith should be taken only from Ahlul Bayt, because Allah has taken guarantee of purification of Ahlul Bayt, not any other person. They may be great personalities, they may be very pious, at a very high level, like Hazrat Salman, who was at the level, 10th level of faith. But Holy Prophet left two things, Quran and Ahlul Bayt. Even Salman is supposed to follow these two things. Holy Prophet did not leave Quran and Ashab for Ahlul Bayt. He left Quran and Ahlul Bayt for Ashab. It's a very simple logic, common sense. If anybody has common sense, he would know that those people who were present in front of the Holy Prophet, they were companions. And Holy Prophet said to the companions that I am leaving behind two precious things amongst you, O my companions. So companions have to follow Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhi salatu wassalam. So now let's go to Quran and ask Quran, is there anywhere two shahadat mentioned? Two shahadat in Arabic is called shahadatain or shahadatan, depending on the grammar of the sentence in which it is used. I challenge every Qari of Quran, every Mufassir of Quran, everyone, every Hafiz of Quran, everyone who reads Quran, show me the word Shahadatain and Shahadatan in Quran. If only La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah is there in Quran, or Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah is there in Quran, then these are two witnesses only, isn't it? Then they should say these two testifications, these two witnesses should be mentioned in Holy Quran. It's not mentioned. The word used in Quran is in Surah Al-Ma'arij, chapter 70 of Holy Quran, in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِشَهَادَاتِهِمْ قَائِمُونَ. Allah has used the word shahadat, and those who are steadfast in their shahadat. What is the meaning of shahadat? Ask any person who knows basic Arabic. You do not need an expert of Arabic for this. In basic Arabic there is mufrad, singular, there is tasniya, dual, and there is plural, and minimum plural is 3. Shahadat is minimum 3 shahadat. So as per Holy Quran, the Shia kalima proves them to be mu'min and successful, and they are following Quran, because in Quran 2 shahadat are not mentioned, 3 shahadat are mentioned. And Allah has said, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِشَهَادَاتِهِمْ قَائِمُونَ. So Shias are the one who are steadfast in their 3 shahadat. ALIYUNWALIULLAH. We never say only La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. We always say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah ALIYUNWALIULLAH. Or when we say Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, we immediately say Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah. When we say Ashhadu anna Muhammadur Rasulullah, we immediately say Ashhadu anna ALIYUNWALIULLAH. When we say Ashhadu anna ALIYUNWALIULLAH, we immediately after that say Wa awladuhul ma'sumina hujajullah. We believe in all 12 imams. That is why we are not only called Shia, we are called Shia Ithna Ashari. The Shia who believe in 12 divine leaders. We don't make imams, we believe in imams who are made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and announced by the most truthful person in the whole universe, that is Holy Prophet. We don't choose them, we don't make them like others. Okay, now when it is proven that in Quran there are 3 shahadat mentioned, 2 shahadat is not mentioned, then what happens if a person doesn't give this shahadat? Same thing will happen. If a person doesn't say La ilaha illallah, what will happen? He has rejected Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he says La ilaha illallah but doesn't accept Holy Prophet, there are sects who do not consider Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah to be necessary. Of course, because of the namaz and the tashahhud of namaz, and because of so many other things, they are compelled to say Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, but they say it's not necessary, it's not compulsory, like the kalma of Tawheed, isn't it? But anybody who rejects or who doesn't say Ashhadu anna Muhammad Rasulullah, then he has not actually accepted La ilaha illallah completely. Similarly, the most famous incident of Imam Rida alayhi salam, this is for our Shia youths, for others we have already proven from Quran, that when Imam alayhi salam was called by Ma'mun, the oppressor, and he went to Tus, Khurasan, then he passed from one of the villages over there. He said something which we say hadith silsilatul Sahab, isn't it? The hadith of golden chain. Yeah. What Imam alayhi salam said, that kalimat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says kalimatullah ilaha illallah hisni, that my kalima, that there is no God but Allah, is my fort. وَمَنْ دَخَلَ hisni amina min adabi, and when who enters my fort, then he is protected from my chastisement, punishment. Then Imam alayhi salam stopped and further said, بِشَرْطِهَا وَشُرُوطِهَا, with its condition and conditions. Shart is Holy Prophet and Shurut is Aimma alayhimus salam, with its condition and conditions. Then Imam said, وَأَنَا مِن شُرُوطِهَا, and I am one of its conditions. So only that person will be protected in the fort of Tawheed who believes in Wilayat of 12 Imams. Isn't it? So it's very important to understand these basics. Now I am also thinking about quoting one hadith, very important hadith, which is there in many books, but it is there in the book of Allama Majlisi alayhi rahmah as well. Same volume 36 which I presented, a very beautiful hadith which talks about rejecting any one of these kalimas. If you reject La ilaha illallah, or you reject Muhammadur Rasulullah, accept La ilaha illallah but reject Muhammad Rasulullah, or you say La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah but you don't testify that Imam Ali alayhi salatu wasalam is Imam, what happens? And then if you testify La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah ALIYUNWALIULLAH but you don't testify about other Imams, what happens? So this is a detailed tradition which I am presenting from the same Biharul Anwar, and you can see it on your screen. Here it is. Allama Majlisi alayhi rahmah, Biharul Anwar al-Jami'atu li-Durar Akhbar al-A'immat al-Athhar. Biharul Anwar means oceans of lights. Beautiful name of the book. Volume 36. I quoted one hadith from this, and this is the second hadith from the same book. Now this is a very long and lengthy hadith in the chapter of Tarikh Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam. Okay, you can see the chapter which is continuing. Tarikh Amir al-Mu'mineen, and here it comes. Fi nusus Rasul al-Aimma alayhimus salatu wassalam. You can see on your screen here. Chapter 41, Al-Bab, Ihda Arba'in, Fi Nusus Rasul al-Aimma alayhimus salatu wassalam, page 251, and hadith number is 668. Okay, and this hadith is also from 6th Imam. Now this is hadith number 68. Okay, this is from the 6th Imam, and he's quoting from the Prophet. and he's talking about the kalma in detail. Now I'll take only the last part of this hadith, which is there in volume 36 on page number 252. Okay, now let's see this hadith from here. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَشْهَدْ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنَا وَحْدِي. And one who does not testify, one who does not give shahada, that there is no God but I, the unique. Oh, shahida. Or if he gives shahada of my tawheed, walam yashhad anna Muhammadan abdi wa rasuli, but does not give shahada that surely Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is my abd and my messenger, is my servant and my messenger. Oh, shahida bizalik. But if he testifies about tawheed as well as about the risalah, but does not give shahada, walam yashhad anna Ali ibn Abi Talib Khalifati, that Ali ibn Abi Talib ﷺ is my Khalifa, my Caliph. Oh, Shahida bizalik. But if he gives Shahada of Tawheed as well as Risalat, as well as Khilafat of Mawla Ali, walam yashhad anna al-aimmata min wuldihi hujaji, that the imams, the leaders from his, amongst his children are my proofs. Okay, if he does not do that, it means you have to give shahada of tawheed, you have to give shahada of risala, you have to give shahada of khilafat of Mawla Ali, and along with that, it's not sufficient, you have to give shahada of khilafat and wilayat and imamat of other imams from amongst his children to be the proofs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If he does not do that, faqad jahada ni'mati, then he has rejected my bounties. Wasaghara azamati, and he has tried to belittle my greatness. It means if you do not say ALIYUNWALIULLAH in kalma, or you do not testify about the imamat and khilafat of other imams, then the person is actually trying to belittle the greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah himself is saying, and it doesn't end there. It says, وَكَفَرَ بِآيَاتِي, and he has become kafir, who has rejected all my verses, all my signs, وَكُتُبِي, and he has rejected and become kafir. He's rejected all my books. It means you rejected the book of Allah which was there with Hazrat Adam, book of Allah which was there with Hazrat Nuh, book of Allah which was there with Hazrat Ibrahim, book of Allah which was there with all the prophets, the four famous divine books, the final book Quran. If you do not say ALIYUNWALIULLAH after La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah, then you have rejected all of them.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allah.
So these are the two major reasons. One is two shahada is not mentioned in Quran. The other is Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam are giving very strong message that you will not be safe even in the fort of Tawheed. In fact, you have not entered the fort of Tawheed if you do not accept the wilayat and imamat and khilafat of 12 imams. That is why we specifically mention about them in our kalama.
So, respected viewers, this was our first episode on Wilayat and Shi'at. We had very beautiful explanations being given by Allama Sayyid Hamid Jafari Sahab. Before we conclude, I think it's a matter of pride for all of us that we are the Shia of Mawla Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. Because Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam was also the Shia of Mawla Ali alayhi salam. And we recite the Wilayat of Mawla Ali alayhi salatu wassalam in the kalma because it has been ordered by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Holy Quran. It's quite clear from the narrations of the Holy Prophet. So before we end, I would request Aga to recite the dua of our master Imam Zamana alayhi salatu wassalam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma kun li waliyika الحجة ابن الحسن العسكري صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا.
اللهم صل على محمد.